Welcome back, everybody. So before we move into your choices of cards, I'm still using the same deck, which is the Crystal Spirits deck. Let it be one of the Sentinels. But we are going, today is the full moon here where I am in Durban, South Africa. Anyway, but the full moon's energies are strong a few days before and a few days after, in any case, right? The moon's energies, the full moon and the new moon, but the full moon in particular. But I don't know why, but this full moon, I feel I've been guided to share this particular, to share something and to do something before we go into our reading. The full moon is in Taurus. Taurus is the sign of abundance. It's a sign of having. Taurus and Taurians, or Taurus is associated with sexuality. The card for Taurus is the Empress and also the High Priest, the Hierophant. But the Empress is the one that is mostly associated with Taurus. And the Empress is about abundance, about nurturing, about giving, about receiving. And I think that's what we need to be thinking about. But before we think about that, I feel that, well, full moons are about releasing, they're about letting go. And the new moons are about bringing in and asking and manifesting and putting out your intentions, right, and your requests. Put it that way. But the full moon is about letting go. And I feel like for a lot of people who are on this journey with me, well, I feel this message is for you, whoever watches this, that I feel like it's really important for you now to be doing the releasing, and the releasing in my mind, or at least the message that has come, is releasing all the things that don't serve you. Using this time, I feel that this particular full moon, I'm not sure why, but I got such a heavy urge to do this video differently and to speak about Taurus and to speak about the messages that I feel I've been asked to share, or I feel I need to share. So the time to release. So many people are worried about the future. Where am I being guided to? What is the next step? Or at least what is the future? People want assurances. And I think that the message is, for these next 2 weeks, just practice letting go. And it could be physical letting go of partnerships, letting go of clothes, giving things away, cleaning the house. That's all part of letting go. But I think that the letting go we are being asked to do is of letting go of things in our minds, of habits, of addictions, of things that we might do that go counter to who we believe we are. So it could be letting go of anger, could be letting go of the need to know. And that's a big thing that's coming up for me in the work that I'm doing with people, in the readings, should I say, is that need to let go of the need to know the outcome. And I guess that is relevant because the way I read my cards is I've tried to focus on the now instead of that outcome, Yes, we do work towards an outcome, but we enjoy the process and we allow ourselves to be guided. And I think you are being asked, or the people who are on this, the people who are listening to this, your guidance is to let go of the need to know the outcome. But you could let go by letting go of thoughts that are harmful, negative thinking. You could let go of maybe perhaps you treat loved ones dismissively or whatever. It could be a bad habit. You could be a smoker and that's not good for you. You could let go of eating habits that are not serving you, relationships that are not serving you, even if it's just mentally letting go. I really feel that we are all being called to just let go in some way, especially the need to know. Okay, beloveds, I hope that helps. But also I wanted to do, because Taurus is a time, it's a sign of abundance. It's a sign of sharing and nurturing and giving and enjoyment. Taurus is a sign of decadence, but in a good way, like indulging ourselves. I just wanted to do a little blessing as well. So while we let go, we let go also to clear space for all those things that we want. So really, I wanted to do a little blessing for all of you. So I'm going to just clear the cards with incense and, just ask for a special blessing for all of you who are in relationships that are changing, for those who are in relationships that might be going through pain, but that are meant to be together, or that you want to still keep both partners, even if it's going through pain. So may you have healing. May your relationship go through the deepest healing, and may you both or all find your path to a higher relationship. To those who are having to let go of loved ones, who are breaking up or having to go through a divorce, may your path be peaceful as it can be. May you find peace. May your partner find peace. And may you find a way to cherish each other's souls and goodness in the process, so that perhaps, even if it's at a later stage, you can have a relationship that is still beautiful. Might be different, but still beautiful. And may those who are single and looking for a loved one, a soulmate, an equal partner, a perfect partner for you, wherever you are, may you find that beautiful love. And for those who are single and happy to be single, may you always be peaceful. May you always have joy, and may you always have partnerships that enrich you, however those partnerships play out. And for all of us, may we have the highest form of abundance for us in our lifetimes. And abundance can be different things: an abundance of joy, and an abundance of happiness, an abundant family life, an abundant playful life, an abundant sex life, abundant joy, happiness, wealth, whatever abundance means for us, whatever abundance we need right now, may we have abundance in abundance. May you, dear beloveds, have peace and joy and happiness, and may all your earthly needs be met. And so it is. Just want to clear our cards. I clear the cards before we read them. I clear them every time before we read. I have my own little way of clearing them. But today I just felt Spirit wanted, our guides wanted something special. I don't know, I just felt the need for something special. And may this reading be blessed. So let's see what cards want to come up for us. Let's see what cards want to come up for us. Oh, I also wanted to make an announcement and ask if anyone would be interested in doing I'm going to show you a picture. Last year, I did my own I did a whole reading, but it was like my vision for the year. It was a reading for myself, but I also focused at what would be the key themes for me, what I was working towards for the year, what advice I had, what I needed to look out for, what was working for me and what was working against me. And I thought that I could do kind of a workshop in January, a mix of tarot and vision board and other lovely things we could, that I have up my sleeve. So I'd like to invite you, if you are interested, we can do that online. So whoever's interested in that kind of workshop where it's kind of creating a vision for the year ahead, guidance, looking at guidance and what you need to be thinking about. Okay, so let me know. It would be free of charge, and I would just ask one thing of you, and that would be to complete a survey, an anonymous online survey after the workshop. So, okay. I look forward to hearing from you. Let's see. Citrine. Citrine is a happy crystal. Oh gosh, I don't even know what this lighting. There you can see. See that citrine, and I'm just thinking serene. It's a crystal of financial abundance as well. And pink sapphire came up again. I know that some cards are repeating, but if that's what's needed, that is what is needed, right? Pink sapphire. Amazonite. Wow. Look at that, how peaceful that is. Heart chakra stuff, I think. That's group 3. And lithium quartz. Lithium quartz is group 4. So group 1 is number 17, citrine. That's an 8. 1 and 7 is 8. Group 2 is pink sapphire, and that's also an 8. 4 and 4. That's 44. Amazonite is group 3, and that's a number 2. So maybe partnerships. I did see heart chakra there. And lithium quartz, 33, the number that I associate with Jesus energy. Okay, so 1 citrine, 2 pink sapphire, 3 amazonite, and 4 lithium quartz. Very beautiful. Welcome back, group 1. You chose citrine. And you can see that looks like, for me, that picture looks like the laughing Buddha. It's about happiness. Citrine's also about abundance. And you get the infinity, 1 plus 7 equals infinity. And if I think about 1, it's new beginnings. And then the 7 is like a wish card moving forward. I think about the chariot. But 7's, some also consider it to be lucky, right? So perhaps this group is about abundance and about working towards that. So let me use these cards for you. The 8 of feathers. feeling trapped possibly. Like you're easy meat or something, an easy target. And then you get the owl, the keeper of light. That's the hermit in reverse. And you get the 5 of swords in the reverse. See it? Okay, let me just put them all out. And I'm going to take that one because it wanted to show itself. So you get the 8 of feathers. Sorry, let me just take a look at them quickly first. Let me see what you get a lot of. You get a lot of, you've got, you have a lot of air, of head stuff going on with you. You get, so I think you are worried about money because you also get the Taurus card in the reverse, the Earth Mother Empress in the reverse. But let me look at this. So 5 of feathers. Oh, you got 8 of feathers first. Feeling trapped, almost like you are easy pickings. No? That's the albatross. The albatross is also associated with some burden, right? But, you know, the thing is, those are feathers surrounding that birdie. That birdie can get away, can get out of that. It's not trapped. It feels like it's trapped, but the trap is imagined. So perhaps that's what you need to be thinking about for the week ahead is, where do you feel trapped, but you aren't really trapped? Okay. And then with the keeper of light, this is the hermit. And I think that this group might be struggling with meditation. I feel like often when the hermit comes in reverse, there is, maybe you're afraid to go within because you're afraid of what you'll find. I can promise you, you will not find anything that you can't deal with in meditation. And even if you find meditation difficult, you can, there's so many ways of being still and going within and finding your higher guidance. You can just sit quietly. You can sit like today. It's pouring with rain outside. It's beautiful. And that is such a comforting, it can feel so comforting for some of us. So if that comforts you, sit and just listen to the rain. You know, don't force. You don't have to get, you know, I think often we think, I must meditate. And what's the purpose of that if you're forcing it? It almost defeats the purpose. Whereas sitting still might feel like you're not doing anything, you're not accomplishing anything, but just stilling your mind, it's amazing how that peacefulness can bring about answers. You might not even be aware that they happen, but they do. And then the 5 of feathers in the reverse is again like the previous group. This is group 1, hey? Yeah. Sorry, I just had a moment because I'm doing them in an odd way. So the 5 of feathers is that shooting ourselves in the foot. So I feel maybe that's what you're letting go of. Maybe your meditation, like if you're sitting and just listening to the rain, you can ask the question, how do I let go of when shooting myself in the foot? And for those who don't know that saying, maybe it's not part of your language or culture or whatever, it means where do you do things to hurt yourself? Like self-sabotage. Where do you, like, say for example, you want to write an exam and you've told yourself, I'm going to do this. And on the morning of, say, your driver's license, you find a way somebody gets sick or somebody calls you and you choose to do that thing rather than to go for your license, and then you say, oh, things don't work out for me. But in fact, you made a choice because maybe you were afraid that you would not get your license. So do you know what I'm saying? There are many ways where we do things that are not in our interests. Here's another example. You know that you need to study. I'm using study again, I don't know why. But instead, your friends come over and say, let's go and drink, and you do. Or it can be so many things, but you are being your own worst enemy. So perhaps your meditation, your going within, is about asking for guidance on how you can let that go. That's your letting go. You know, I spoke about the letting go of this Taurus energy, that I felt that it was about letting go. Now, okay, Seer of, so you get the Seer of Feathers. That's the Page of Swords. You get the Four of Feathers. That's, there again, it's meditation, finding it hard to meditate and be still. That's the card of stillness and meditation, but you have it in the reverse. Four of Swords, Page of Swords, and the Six of Shells. This is like nostalgia, thinking about the past. It's about loving memories. It could be a relationship that you are missing, someone that you're missing, a loved one that you're missing, who might even be coming back, or perhaps it's someone that's gone, that's passed away, you know, but you're having lots of memories about them. So let me see. The Page of Swords sometimes can talk about being undecided or undecisive about something. I think it comes back to, I think it comes back to this thing of where are you shooting yourself in the foot. But you do have an opportunity to start fresh, to move away from this energy of being trapped by your own mind games. You know, like you've decided that you're trapped, but you aren't. And the page can also talk about now starting a new journey in the mind, like starting a new way of thinking. You have this opportunity now to begin a new way of seeing and doing and being in the world, but particularly of thinking. I think there's a lot of mind games that you've played with yourself, that you play with yourself. And I really think that you are being called to take a little bit more seriously your quiet time, your time for yourself. Yeah, and perhaps there is a past loved one who is working with you, just there by your side, you know. And then you have the Seer of Shells in reverse. You know, the Seer of Shells is like a new beginning in love, an offer, and you have that in reverse. See, you know, what I'm thinking is perhaps some relationship ended, but it's allowed for a new beginning for you, like an awakening. You know, I can't help thinking of these cards. They all talk about this being called to seek yourself, your higher self, to seek that guidance from within. You know, I'll do a read across there, but something ended, love possibly, or some offer didn't come in that you wanted, but it's all part of your journey. It's all part of your, this is the Sun card, by the way. So in here, it's call to awakening, but the the sun is about joy, and it comes back to the Citrine card. It's about the possibility, the potential for all this joy that's come about through maybe what seemed like a hardship, you know. Trust that, really, really trust that. And then you have the Six of Feathers, which is about this journey from tough times to smoother waters, you know, from choppy water. But perhaps it will still feel like that for a while. But just trust. I mean, you have this beautiful, powerful card of the sun, which is about clarity. Clarity will come, you know. But I'm going to go back to that role. Let me just look at these like this. So you have the Eight of Feathers, which that feeling of being trapped, and then you have this opportunity to this light, it just doesn't work in my favor, and if I put it off, it's like you can't see at all. Yeah, I think that's better. So and the chance to think differently with the Seer of Feathers, I think this is a very significant card for you. It's saying that you have the power to change your mind games. I don't know why it looks like this parrot is whispering. It can be about, I was going to say communication, but yes, it could be. It looks like gossip, but maybe not. You felt trapped in some kind of situation, but you have the ability to move out. I think that the trap has been in your head, right? And perhaps you felt tied to this Seer of Shells, this offer that you wanted of love. But now you have, instead of that, you're getting this chance to change the way you think about something very significant. And I think that is what your your Taurus letting go energy of, is letting go of mind games, of the way you use your mind to tell yourself stories that are not good for you. You tell yourself that you are lesser than, or that you are not worthy, or that you're a bad person, maybe even. And you need to find a way of releasing that. So this line here, this all of this for me is about that inner work that you need to do. So like I said, simply sit and listen to the rain, sit out in the sun, have a quiet cup of tea with your higher self, with God, with Jesus, and have a discussion like your higher self, or the way you see God, if it's Jesus, if it's any other religious person, you know, it could even be Madiba, if you're South African and have a connection. It could be Mother Teresa. It could be any one soul, a pure soul that held something that has meaning for you. Speak to them. It could be a mum, your mum. I talk to my mother all the time now. And I just feel she's on this journey with me. So why not do that? Why not just sit and chat with that human, or even non-human, and see what comes? We've got to make spirituality simple so that it works for us, instead of putting pressure on ourselves. So your meditation can be just doing that, just making sure you carve out 20 minutes a day of time for just you, to be just quiet, even if it means getting up earlier than the rest of the household, having a cup of coffee outside, or if it's inside, but in a peaceful space. And then here we have this Five of Feathers, 5 and 6. Let me just think about that a little bit. I think that it's saying that this is an old habit, this habit of putting yourself down, of playing games with yourself. And it might take long, but I think it comes back to, again, holding on to the hand of this loved one. I think maybe someone very close to you has gone, which could also be why you have that Page of Cups in the reverse. But I feel like they are there, and you can hold on to that memory and to their love and to their wisdom. But I think that you need to be letting go of this habit of thinking negatively of yourself, right? And then we have the Empress in the reverse. We did get it in the reverse. And it's part of that. The problem might be that you don't feel worthy. And that's what you are releasing, because so that you can turn this upright, so that you can feel worthy of the abundance and the joy and the having. I think that so many South Africans, not so many South Africans, but for people who are conscious and, okay, I don't want to go there, but I know that so many don't have. And sometimes when so many around you don't have, you might feel like, who am I to have? And maybe that's the game that you need to stop playing, is stop seeing yourself as not worthy and start thinking, just start releasing that, because I think you are also being invited to say, well, I am also worthy of this abundance. And that's why you've chosen the citrine, this happiness, this peacefulness, this joy, this abundance. Okay, so that's your big task, beloveds, is to let go. Think about what are the games. I think that you are being asked to go with him, to take seriously your quiet time. I really think it's going to be so amazing for you. Let's see if there's anything else that wants to, any other guidance. There you get the Six of Swords again. There's something, you're not ready to move to that still water yet. Then you get the Justice card. I'm going to draw one more. But that's also the 4 of Cups. So you get the Six of Swords again, which is the same. It's this card, which talks about not yet moving forward. You get the Justice card, which I think what it's saying here is reminding you that everything is in perfect order. No matter what it seems like, you are right where you need to be right now. You get the 4 of Cups, and I think that the 4 of Cups there, you can see the person is not refusing refusing an offer. But perhaps you are going to come to a place where you see yourself as worthy of that offer. And maybe that's the justice that is taking place. So don't worry about it, what it appears to be. Beneath the surface, there's this movement that is happening. And you know, I normally take these advice cards in the upright. So let me just put them in the upright. So trust that this movement forward is happening, even if it doesn't seem like it is. Trust that you are being divinely guided, that justice, whatever's happening, it's happening in your own best interests. And if you do this work of releasing, you will then be more open to whatever you are offered, you know, even if that offer doesn't look like what you want, it might be exactly what you need, right? So sometimes we might have the ideal that we want to do, let's say healing work or work with children, whatever the case might be. But right now we can't do it, and we need to be doing this thing so that we can get there. You know, it's about trusting the process, And there you get this beautiful 10 of coins, and the 10 of coins is about joy. I think what this 10 of coins is in this position of advice is about you. I think you need to be releasing whatever is getting in the way of your abundance. I think that in your meditations, what you need to be asking for is, how am I my own worst enemy? How do I block my own abundance? And trust that you are being guided to this, you know. And celebrate what you do have. I think that that's what this card is about more than anything, celebrating what you do have. And then just trusting, because I think that you're on a beautiful, blessed path, you know. And I think this path is leading to your abundance. But you have to use this time to let go of whatever's in the way, you know, of how you yourself are your own worst enemy. How do you get in the way? And I think it's to do with negative thinking. And how do you... Okay, so I think that you need to be going within. And it can be simply sitting and talking to spirit or whoever you speak to and getting guidance on how you get in the way of your own self and allow that to happen. And just think about your thought habits, your habits of negative thinking. How can you change that around? Right? And then trust. And celebrate what you do have, because when we celebrate what we do have, I believe we open ourselves to more. When we are grateful, I think like being grateful, doing a gratitude diary, and what that means is, by the way, those who don't know, is simply writing things that you're grateful for. 5 things every day, even when you go out and if you carve that 20 minutes of time for yourself, simply mention 5 things you're thankful for, and then have your quiet time. Okay, beloveds, I don't want to overtalk, and maybe I have already, but that's what I'm getting for you. I hope that helps. Please give me feedback. Let me know how that sits for you, and I hope that your time of release is helpful. I know that your time of going within will just bring up so much powerful stuff for you. Okay, beloveds, I send you lots of love. Have a wonderful week ahead. Welcome back, group 2, and you chose the pink sapphire. And we've had this again. I feel like this group is working with heart stuff. It's for 44, which is a number of balance and maybe strength. But I feel like you're working with the higher heart, the gentle heart. Maybe you will feel a lot of maybe even like heart opening, which can be painful, but you know, that soreness that is more of a release than anything. Let's see. Recognition and reward. That's the 3 of coins, which is like working with spirit, working in partnership with others and with spirit to create something big and beautiful. New beginnings, conflict. There's change, a lot of change happening. You've got 2 cards there. Perhaps there's an end to this conflict, whatever that conflict is. But you're not yet with the Fool there, the new beginnings in reverse. Perhaps, you know, sometimes things change, things end, but you're not yet ready for your new beginning. It's a bit of a mixed bag here. So perhaps something you've been hoping for, you've been working hard on something with some people, and perhaps you will get some kind of recognition for that, and you haven't had it up to now, because I see the end to this conflict. Whatever it was, there was some kind of conflict, but it's coming to an end, and a huge change is going to take place. It could even be a financial increase, an increase in salary that's coming your way, but there's change happening here. And look at that. It's almost like being kept. So some kind of recognition that you didn't think you had. Perhaps you felt people didn't value you. You have felt unvalued, and perhaps now you will see that you are. And then with the 3 groups got the 8. This 8 of Swords. I think it's 3, maybe even all. So release of this feeling trapped. And that maybe that's your release, is releasing your heart, because perhaps you are your own worst enemy, in the sense that perhaps you tell yourself you're not worthy. And so people have been treating you that way. And I'm not saying you need to take blame. No. I think that sometimes the outer is a reflection of the inner, and the more we feel our worth, the more people start sitting up, right? Now, the Fool is taking that leap of faith, and perhaps you are not yet ready to take a leap of faith on something. Maybe it is even moving on. Maybe it's asking for this raise. But it's not happened yet, and yet there's a new beginning waiting to happen. I will see what comes to me there. The waiting game, and yes, maybe it's about being patient with these changes that are taking place. Yes, that's what I think. Because you are releasing some deeply held fears that you've kept within. And that release, I spoke about the Taurus energy. I really feel that we have, because before reading, I just got these messages, in a sense, or like I got the strong guidance to talk to you about the Taurus full moon and release. And maybe your release is your release of these, of this heart games that you play with each other. Your pure, wow, I wanted to say your poor, beautiful heart, but your pure, beautiful heart as well. You have told it that it's not beautiful and it's not worthy. In some way you've done that. And maybe that's what you are releasing in this Taurus energy. How do I sell myself short? How do I hurt myself through my negative thoughts? Okay? Oh, that's so beautiful. That's so beautiful, beloved. Because look at this. You have 2 new beginnings. The new beginning, financial. There's your change. Your 2 major cards, the Fool in reverse and the Universe, the World card in reverse. So something's not over yet. There's something is about to end, have a positive conclusion. It could be a project within a job. It could be the end of a job. That would be positive. It could be the end of this level. Maybe you are moving to a different level. Maybe you're going to get a promotion. But I feel like it's positive, but it's not showing itself yet. It's beneath the surface. But that's what it's about, it feels like to me. And it comes down to you valuing yourself more, because if we value ourselves more, we value ourselves. Say you're stuck in a relationship or a job and you don't feel good about yourself, you stay stuck there. You start feeling better about yourself. You say, hey, what bullshit. I'm earning less. I'm doing this, the same as that person. Why am I earning less? Or I'm not earning what I should be earning. Because you feel good about yourself, you go and speak up, demand, or talk for an increase. Now, it can go to one of 2 ways. Yes, you can be given a number of ways. You can be given your increase. You can be not given your increase, and that because you love yourself, makes you start looking for work elsewhere, or taking a leap of faith and saying, oh, fuck this, sorry, but I'm moving on, right? Because you have self-love now. Likewise in a relationship. Because you're loving yourself, you go and offer yourself to your partner and say, by the way, I want more of a partnership. I don't think we have that. But I love you, I love me. This is what I deserve. And your partner can do one of two things, right? Can agree and meet you halfway, or can not give you that. And because you are learning to love yourself, even if you're not ready yet, you start preparing to take your leap of faith, and that is a more loving act for you. I hope that makes sense for you, beloveds. But you are doing this loving higher heart energy. There's a lot of higher heart loving stuff. Maybe you are even doing Ho'oponopono in a work situation, because this does feel like a work situation, although it might be work that you love, or it could be related to a relationship as well. And sometimes they're so intertwined, right? Put that up right. It's that's also come, I think, for everybody. There's justice again. There's walking away. Walking away from mind games. Walking away from work. Walking away from love. But it's walking towards something that's better for you. Walking away from this way of thinking, which it's right over this eight of oh my goodness.
They got to it and it scared the living shit out of me.
Okay. So my puppy's got hold. I just bought a fluffy toy for my friend's baby, and my puppy's got hold of it, and my son said it scared the living daylight out of him, because so he rescued it for me. So it's mainly walking away from this way of seeing yourself. You are walking towards loving yourself so much, and it's happened slowly, beloveds. It doesn't have to happen, and it can happen quickly. Why not? But higher heart chakra, by your heart space, but using pink energy, and that Ho'oponopono on any situation. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. You say it out loud, or you say it within, but you're saying it, projecting it on a person or on a situation, but you're saying it with love for yourself. I tried to explain that in my midweek card draw. What I was saying is that even though you're sending love to another or a situation, at the core is you being self-loving. It's not just you love, but not loving yourself. That's the core of our journey, I believe, of the selfful soul. It's about the more we love ourselves, we have to start with ourselves, because that self-awareness makes us know when, it just helps us. It helps us know when something is good and when something is not good for us. And so finding balance, perhaps. And there I see work again. And that's also finding balance. It's about justice, finding balance. And I see that as balance as well, moving away to find your balance. So what does balance mean for you? And I think that's what your higher heart is saying, for balance. Stability. Very much. Beautiful, beautiful. So beloveds, I think that for your week ahead, what you are doing is letting go of this feeling of trappedness and unlove, this where you don't love and value yourself more. And perhaps you've been working on that, and so you're going to start seeing the conflict being released, some kind of huge change. Perhaps you're going to be recognized in ways you completely didn't expect. That will be so beautiful. Your new beginnings might not seem like they're happening, but they are beneath the surface. You might have to wait a little bit, but you, in the meantime, are doing more and more of this releasing of your own negative ways of seeing yourself and opening yourself up to deepest love. Opening yourself up to abundance. You know, all those things that I've prayed, those blessings, I think that's what you're doing. You are moving towards, you are opening yourself up to that kind of abundance, an abundance of abundance. But it starts with this work on loving yourself more. Higher heart. Okay, beloved. So I think that's your work for the week, working with your higher heart and releasing wherever you see your non-love of yourself. And let's see, I would love to hear how this plays out in your week ahead. Okay, dear hearts, lots of love to you, and I will chat with you again soon. Bye. So, welcome back, group 3. You are the first group that I'm reading for. I'm doing them all in a roundabout way, in an ununiform way, so that it's light. Okay, maybe that will work better. There you go. Amazonite, look at that peaceful. That's so peaceful. It's making me think of Aventurine and I can't remember the other stone. But I see heart chakra, but lots of peace, even with the purple around it. I think that perhaps your focus is on peace for the week ahead. On heart chakra healing, and releasing whatever's not serving your heart. So let's see. I haven't decided. I'm going to use these. I haven't used these cards in a while. These are John Holland's Psychic Tarot. You know, the other thing is that's a number 2, so I wouldn't be surprised if heart stuff comes up in this reading. Partnership stuff. You know? You have transformation in reverse. Choices, decisions. In the upright, that's the 2 of coins. You have temperance in the upright. Accelerated motion. Rejoice. 3 of cups. 9 of coins in reverse. Let's see. Transformation, death in reverse. Perhaps something you thought was dead is not dead. Something that you didn't choose, something maybe that you let go of is changing. Maybe a relationship is changing and it's moving into temperance, into a more peaceful space. In this stick, it's like, wow, it's like the alchemist in this temperance, which is temperance. Firstly, it says patience, but my first thought was almost like transforming that thing, transformation, into something really beautiful. And it's taken time, and maybe it is still taking time, but perhaps you are working on that, something that you thought was dead. Possibly a relationship. What I think is at the root of the problem maybe is this lack of communication and belief. You know, in this deck, it's like wishing on a star, and perhaps you've lost hope. But I feel that the root cause of whatever that is changing is communication and belief. It needs belief in. The Three of Cups can talk about, well, I'm not seeing it there in that way. So it talks about celebrating this thing rather than putting it down in a way. Whatever this thing is that you thought was ready to be released. It looks like it's not time to release that. And with the Nine of Coins, you know, it makes me think of a relationship, possibly because I just want to make sure I hope I have been letting you see these, and I see. Okay, so I'm thinking relationship because the Nine of Coins in the upright does talk about aloneness. It talks about independence, a person being independent. And what I'm seeing here is perhaps you thought it was time to walk away from a relationship and it's not. Or something you thought was dead is not dead. And yeah, there's something here. Firm foundation for fulfillment of wishes and passion ignited in the reverse. You know, this is confirming for me that this thing is not dead. You know, passion ignited would be a new beginning, right? But I'm seeing it in this case as something is not over. That's weird. Okay, so the firm foundation there, that again is telling me, wow, I love this picture, right? It's beautiful. I know that I'm being sidetracked, but I was thinking of its equivalent in his other deck. But this is the Four of Coins, and it normally talks about holding on too tightly. But in this case, or it can talk about holding on too tightly. It's talking here about something solid, something really solid. You know, this is also 4. Number 4, 1 plus 3 is 4. There's 8, there's 4. I love that. 4, 2. So something you've maybe turned your back on is still there, I think. And it has the potential, it's kind of like rich with potential, love and abundance and joy. I will get clarifiers as well. So, yeah, I think that something is changing, but it's changing for the better. It's possibly just doing this, transforming, you know, in the real sense, you know, like this is the Death card, and death it's a sudden thing, right? It feels like a sudden thing. Whereas I'm thinking about transformation, I'm thinking of that slower flow, like with the Temperance card. And I really feel that the root of it is this communication and belief, because whatever it is has a firm foundation. It's like the opposite of the Tower. That's a turn up for the books, right? Choices, movement, choices, decisions. This is the Two of Coins, and look at there. This person is in front of the 2 rings. Can you see that? They are standing in front of the two rings there. So it really feels like a marriage or a partnership is being chosen here instead of being let go of. And I think that perhaps the 2 of you, because it does feel like a twosome, need to celebrate that in some way. You know, when I did the blessing earlier, I spoke about those relationships that we thought were over, or you thought were over, and it may be moving to a higher level. And I think that this guidance is saying, yes, you need to find the treasure, or perhaps you found the treasure within each other. And that's so beautiful. And I think that, I've been speaking a lot about this anchoring in. I think that you need to anchor in this aspect, the beauty of the relationship. Sometimes relationships need to be rocked to their core in order for them to move to a different level. So I think this group, and if this doesn't apply to you, then this reading is not for you. But I think this group is saying, look for that treasure that you found in the beginning with this person. This is such a hopeful reading. I don't believe in holding on to relationships that are meant to be over, but equally, if it's not meant to be over, it just needs a relook. And I think this group is being asked to honor that Nine of Cups fulfillment of wishes that you found within each other. I feel you are going to find it at a completely different level, at a higher level now. How beautiful is that? Sometimes relationships, we get tired, of the same old. And sometimes we need, even if it's an affair, that shakes that relationship up so that partners can appreciate the person they are with. If you think about it, a lifetime is a long time to ask someone to be faithful to you. It's a weird thing. We've been conditioned to believe that that's the right thing. But, and how lovely if a partnership can last. But an affair, really, to me, an affair, even though it's the thing that possibly hurts the most, is kind of the least offense that a relationship can go through, because it's simply human frailty to hanker after something else, maybe. And it's also something can happen in an instant, sexual attraction, and then it blows over. So this feels like something like that to me. And I'm not saying there was an affair, but something might have happened in the relationship where the partnership, you thought you were moving on from each other, and now there's no harm in realizing that that's not true. I do have a stand for this, but yeah. And then the other thing, then you get the Temperance card with these two cards of not ending. 9 would be the point before the new beginning, right? Before the ending towards a new beginning. 9 before 10, which the 1 represents as well. 5 is change. There's something peaceful coming into this relationship. I'm looking at this white flower, this lily, I think it is. I think that, well, I'm seeing peace in there. I'm seeing balance, where a partnership is, the two are maybe finding balance within themselves, and that is transforming the relationship so that they find balance within each other. We have been we've lived where people have, more often than not, people have taken on roles in relationships. And I think that this partnership needs to find a balance with the roles people play, and traditional or not, but it's about finding an equal give and take. So if one partner is good at fixing windows and the other one is good at fixing ankles or sore backs, I don't know, maybe that's not a good example because everyone would like a back rub or whatever, but you find your rhythm in this partnership and find your give and take. I think that's what you've been given, hope for this relationship. And that's what I'm seeing there. Now let me get clarifiers. This is a new deck, so it's kind of slippery. See, that wish fulfillment wanted to come with on this journey. Very lovely reading. Lovely reading. I'm going to come back to this Amazonite as well. Letting go of the fighting. Oh, okay. So, you know, beneath the deck you have this Knight of Coins, slowly working towards that treasure. Or slowly building that treasure, you know. That treasure's with the Knight. And the Knight is holding it up like, this is my treasure. So I think this group is finding that treasure within each other. How nice, like a little honeymoon, a second honeymoon. And why not? Why not? Maybe you need to celebrate it with maybe an online remarriage, recommitment, you know, or with a few friends. But there's a need to celebrate. And you know, like, I love this. You have the Seven of Swords in reverse, and the Seven of Swords talks about that sneaky behavior, and perhaps there was some kind of sneaky behavior, but I think it needs to be seen in a different light. It could have been people playing games with each other. It could have been both partners trying to win at all costs. It could have been cheating, but this is, in the past, this has come to an end. It's over. It's upside down now. That's thrown away. And perhaps that's what the two need to release in the coming 2 weeks, that you both work on releasing this. And you welcome this new energy of the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is honest, truth teller, that you commit. And it comes back to this communication, that you commit to be always being honest and always being true to yourself and to the other. Live from that in your relationship. I think that is your balm. And then you have the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands is also a new beginning. It's an offer of something passionate and creative and beautiful. You know, I'm sorry to do this, but I can't help looking at that and seeing, I think it's deliberate. It looks like a penis. So, like, what does the penis represent, I suppose? It can represent the possibility of new life, right? Because of the sperm. So, but there's new life there. But I had to just show you that because it's funny. But there's that new possibility. And so there you have it. That's what I'm seeing in this. And let me, I don't even think, for fun, maybe, no, I don't even think we need any more cards, because I think you have that there. I was going to say, come back to Amazonite. I think that heart chakra work for you and your partner. I mean, invite your partner, talk to your partner about this reading, because to me, it takes the two of you. Make a commitment to, okay, I have to just talk about this. When I saw this, I spoke about wishing on a star. It's almost like you can wish the beauty into this relationship because the potential is there, right? And it's up to the two of you. You can let go. And I think that your letting go for the week ahead is letting go of this kind of behavior and committing to this, and this new beginning. But I believe it must be like the Queen can be very head, and you balance it with the heart energy. And I think this group is also being asked to look within and think about what are the things you can do to heal this relationship, to find the treasure that was there all along, that you fell for in the first place. what can you commit to? You know, just look at that. A deep looking within, but just finding that peace within. And perhaps that can be using the heart chakra, feeling your heart chakra, taking yourself into your heart chakra and working with this color there. But just sitting as this person, going within and seeing your heart. Wow, this is so beautiful. Really, it's so beautiful. And I'm just thinking again about that too. Okay, group 3. I hope that's helped. Please give me feedback. I'd love to hear how this plays out in your life and how it makes sense to you. And all the best. If this is indeed a relationship that you're working on, may everything that I wished earlier come true for you and your beloved. Lots of love to you, and I'll chat with you again soon. Bye. Welcome back, group 4, and you chose this really unusual crystal, lithium quartz. I think that this is a deeply, the week ahead, I feel it's a Jesus week. It's a higher master week. It's a week of higher wisdom. It's something powerful, I feel. Let me know. Let me know how that worked for you. Love to hear. Okay, let me use the cards as your base cards. Take these. You get the Hermit going within. The 2 of Coins. Feeling a little bit unbalanced. That's okay. The 8 of Swords may be coming into balance, maybe letting go of things that you feel have trapped you. Huge transformation, hard work. The Magician in reverse. Wow, and the Ace of Swords in the upright. Nice cards. Lots of clarity. Okay, group 4. This is quite some heavy but good energy, I think. Deep energy. So that's what I said there. I think that this group is going through some significant, I wonder, if I move that down, oh, that's better, eh? I think I'm starting to find the right angle on this table. It's much better. So, okay, so Hermit, there you go. You are going within. If you aren't, you are called to absolutely do that in the week ahead. I think your letting go is letting go of indecision, second guessing yourself, and seeing yourself as trapped when you aren't. I think that you are trapped by maybe your own thoughts, but I think there's something really powerful happening for this group in the week ahead. But you are letting go of this feeling trapped. I think you are freeing yourself on a very big level. The Magician in the reverse here is saying that you are freeing yourself from, you probably are going to start seeing the Magician in yourself, your ability to create, to co-create with spirit, with your higher self, with God, with you are starting to come into that energy of acknowledging that. Or perhaps it's going to a deeper level, something very powerful in this group. Very powerful cards. Death in the upright. So I would say this group will probably see this huge transformation. It would be obvious. So because some huge change is taking place with you. It could be a relationship that's ending. It could be a job. It could be absolutely a way of thinking, and you will be very aware of letting this thing go. Because death is also triumphant. This is very powerful. And you know what's else about death? We're going into the time of Scorpio. So this will be extra powerful if you're a Scorpio watching this. But there's a lot of power in this transformation. Perhaps you are taking, it could be something like a promotion, you know, like because you are now coming into this place of owning your power, taking your rightful role as a leader in something, in an organization. You could be, papers could come in for something, you know, like you could have started something and put it out there. And even a divorce, like a divorce can be a positive thing if the two partners are ready to move on, and now the divorce papers come in and they free you. They make you feel free. They free your mind. They free you to do other things. But something very powerful is going on here, group 4. Very beautiful. And it might be related to work. Perhaps you're going to see the fruit of your labor. You're going to see those things you've worked hard for. But the one thing that you need to be aware of is this need to honor the magician within you. Now, the magician in the reverse can also be negative, but maybe it's the death of you seeing yourself, selling yourself short. It could be the death of negative behavior, like a bad habit, even an attitude, an arrogant attitude. It could be the death of, you know, the magician can be a bully in the reverse, you know, like, and the magician can, you know, can use their powers negatively in the reverse. And so that's the caution I would say, even though I see positive cards. So that's the other way it can play out. And perhaps you are now ending that way of being, of playing games, of using your power over people. You don't need to do that shit, you know? You just need to be the magician and see how you can co-create your reality with spirit, with guidance, you know? And then in this last row, wow, it's so powerful. New beginning, clarity, absolute clarity, and you wielding that sword. It's like taking no prisoners, but in such a positive way. It's like saying, I'm clear. This is me. Take me or leave me. And it's a new beginning with a new attitude as the Queen of Swords. And that is the ticket to maybe there will be a tower moment, and you might not like it because towers can be very unsettling. But I believe it's a very powerful thing. I think it's a new you that's kind of emerging, a more positive, a more, let's see what the clarifiers give us. But something is going to be shaken to the core, and some huge transformation is happening with you. And perhaps it will not feel comfortable, and that's why you need this so much. You need to be the hermit to go into your still place. I think this group, more than any, is being asked to take meditation seriously. You know, like with the other two groups that I've read for already, meditation might not come easily. But for this group, you might be taking for granted your meditation. And I think that Spirit is asking you to just go a little bit deeper, to just take a little bit more time to speak to your higher self, or whoever you speak to take it, to give it the, not serious, it's not about taking it more seriously, it's about respecting it, giving it a bit more respect. Think about what that means for you. How does giving respect to your spirituality, how does that play out in your life? Do that. Do that. I'm saying that because I feel that this group maybe has been on the spiritual journey more seriously, or is more comfortable with it. And maybe a couple of others are on a new, are more new to it, or are at a more starting level at a point. I don't know. You know, like I think that in different issues, okay, I'm not going to over-explain myself. I think that you can handle this. The group that chose Lithium Quartz can handle this. You have Jesus energy. You might work with Ascended Masters. You might work with Jesus energy. You know what's going on here, and you know what this means. You get the Two of Wands, the waiting game. It's about being patient. I feel like we don't even, anyway, let's. Okay. Wow. Okay. So the waiting game, that's the Two of Wands, and it did come up in the reverse. It's just, I think it's talking about being patient. It's like I feel you are at a level before another level, like you are at the gateway of another level, you know. And the Seven of Cups comes up, and it's just a reminder. It's about choices again. You get choices, you get choices. I think your week ahead is to choose this, and not that. This, and not that. I know I'm sounding like a teacher now. But I think I must make this point, group 4. I need to make this point for you. You have this. And look at that. There you make the choice, right? Beast nature, human nature. Although beast might even be more powerful. What do you choose in the week ahead? What do you choose? And the answer lies in your hermit, in your taking your spiritual journey seriously, whatever that means for you. Just do that one little extra thing that takes you deeper. That's what I would say. I think that you are at the threshold. That's what I was thinking about there. You are at the threshold of just another leveling up. That's the Strength card. You've got powerful cards here. So group 4, I know group 4 is often the shortest, and I feel like yours is straightforward. Really, I don't feel I need to go back, but I'd love to hear from you how this played out for you. Okay, group 4, I'm keeping it short because you don't need any more input. Please let me know how this works for you, what it meant for you, what it means in the week ahead. Even as the week goes on, let me know if that happened. Yeah, whatever. Okay, group 4, I send you lots of love. This is a really powerful reading, and I will chat with you again soon.